Hey Soul Tribe, Tracy here with Sweet Spot e-magazine. Thank you so very much for the likes, shares, views, subscribes, comments, donations, super hypes, everything, or hypes, whatever it's called. Give me 1 second. I'm just turning my heat off for the day. Okay. I appreciate everything. We're going to go ahead and ring the bell. We're going to go ahead and clear out the energy, and then we'll see what the message the Spirit has for us, okay? Someone doesn't realize that you've been down this road before. Not the same actual road, but something extremely similar. They don't realize that, you know, you're not starting any problem, starting trouble. You're not trying to cause anyone any type of pain. Yet, when they start with you and when it's all finished, they're realizing that you were the only one that actually brought the pain. Hey, J Mike. Hey, Touche. How are you? Bottom of the deck. Speaking of bringing the pain, 3 of Swords. Hey, Helga. How are you? Oh, I'm glad that you're here with us too. Hey, Lightworker William. Hello. Ooh, good night. Talk about bringing the pain. You brought the pain to the devil. You stabbed that devil right in their heart, and good Lord, it's ended. It's over. It's kaput before it even had a chance to start. Hey, Beatrice, how are you? Good, good, good. Hey, I am Skid. How are you? Thank you. I won't ever stop reading for God, ever. Hi, Lori. Everybody, welcome in. Thank you so very much. See, somebody thought that they were going to get their way. They thought they had this. They did. They thought they had this great plan. They was going to do what they wanted to do. They was going to mess you up, and then they was going to go on about their way. You know, they was just going to do something flippant like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and step them in the heart. I'm gonna just get them in the. They thought they was gonna. They thought they had the game and was going with it. Hey, behaving goals. Hi, high priestess. Hello. But they found out differently, quickly. See, whatever they tried to do to you, it didn't work because they didn't realize God was on your side. And now this person or people, they are waking up to the fact that things didn't turn out the way that they thought. They thought it was just going to be we're going to come in, we're going to do this. It's going to be like boom, boom, boom. They out, they done, they over. But that's not what happened. Especially whenever it comes to whether this is a family, a house, a home, a job. They didn't realize it was not going to work out that way. There's somebody that has, like, I won't say a soft spot for you, but somebody that understands you. And like I said, they've seen somebody else try this before. And they've seen them try it with you before. And now all of those mistruths, all of those lies, all of that bullshit that they put out there, everything is coming back to them. And it's going to have their name written all on it. See, they didn't think that you knew how to protect yourself. They didn't know that you was spiritually guided and protected. They didn't know that you have a definite purpose in this life. And see, they wasn't expecting you to protect yourself. They wasn't expecting you to be able to fight for your money. I'm telling you, someone thought that they was going to be the master blaster, the warlock of all warlocks. Like they was going to get the award of the year for 2025's best warlock. But that's not how it's working out. Now this person is finding that they should have stayed in their lane. Because now they're feeling that they are left out in the cold. And nobody wants to hear that bullshit. See, you don't have a problem speaking the truth, the cold, hard truth. But they wanted to knock you off your throne. They wanted to, have people look at you kind of weird, like, wait, what? Oh, no. But once again, you've been through this before. You knew what somebody's ulterior motives were before and why they were doing it. Whether it was their own jealousy, whether it was they felt like they didn't measure up, whatever it was. Hi, Doris. How are you, sweetie? Whatever it was. Now, see, like I said, there's somebody that appreciates you, that knows what you bring to the table. This is somebody, hey, Yvette and Addie and Braggsy, how are you? This is somebody that they've seen you and they know the type of person that you are. They understand your spirit. They get you. See, somebody else thought that they could do something to you. And this person now finds that they had to apologize to you for trying to come up after you. Hey, K Hypsee. All right. Somebody thought that they could feed you some type of bullshit. That you was going to be begging, like they could control the situation, and you was going to be down on your knee begging them, please. Isn't that part of a song? But once again, you speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. You know that there is no reason for you to lie. See, your intuition told you that these people were working together. Whether I kind of feel like this is a work situation. Your intuition told you that these people were working together. Like somebody, they thought they had the master plan that how we gonna take this one down, because this one think that they just all up there. This one think they all that. And you don't. It's just you just speak actual and factual. No need to lie, no need to sugarcoat it, no need to dummy it down. Either they get it or they don't. Either they're with it or they're not. You're the one who actually comes out on top with the gift. Because it's like the more they try it, the bigger your gift gets, the bigger your payback gets. And whereas they try to battle you, they try to take you down, you're the one that comes out victorious. Someone thought that they was going to be able to move a situation forward, but they're not. They're not going to be able to move nothing forward. What's going to happen is those same three that worked against you, that tried to bring you down, to try and spread this type of gossip, to try and prove a point, those are going to be the same three that are feeling overworked, overwrought, overburdened, and feeling like, why did we bring this pain on ourselves. You know, they try to gingerly step around this situation. They try to kind of tell you something to make it seem like, oh yeah, I'm good. I'm on your side. I just want to bring this to your attention. But your intuition told you exactly what was happening. They couldn't get it past you. And so what you did was you said you was going to heal that entire situation, one of those say less type of conversations. And so now this person understands whenever you said say less. Because it's like you just wiped your hands of that entire situation. Maybe you didn't leave physically, but emotionally, mentally, you're gone. You was able to heal yourself because you were, like I said, you was able to come to the realization of what was actually happening. Hey, Diesel Gravy. Hi, Amy. And this confusion they tried to put you through, hey, Malcolm, they tried to confuse you only to find out you knew the truth, you saw the truth, you heard the truth. Whenever you heard whatever they were saying, whatever lie they were spewing, you heard the truth. It's like they could have been saying something like, yeah, my dog is a purebred, type of whatever, my dog is a purebred Welsh Corgi, and comes from royalty, and I paid $30,000 to have the dog shipped from, Europe to me, and it came in a golden crate. Well, you heard the truth when they said it. And what the truth was is, yeah, I went down to the dog pound and I just picked the first mutt that I could see. Nothing against mutts, nothing against mixed dogs, because they are very precious and very intelligent and loving. But just as this example, hey, Alicia, I love you so very much. Hi, Holly Jolly. See, you was able to hear the truth when they was spitting the lie. And then, this is why you were able to stand by yourself. This is why your money is good. Your blessings are good. You have your spiritual backing right here. Your ancestors are good. They got your back. They said, worry less. Like I said, if somebody was trying to bring something up against you, they was trying to accuse you of something at work. But you got the proof. And the proof is in the pudding. Hey. Oh, really, J. Mike? The proof is in the pudding. And see, these people tried to come up against you so tough, so fierce, that they didn't realize this shit was getting ready to head straight back to them, because we got an 8 and an 8. That infinity, what you put out surely comes right back. They didn't realize that payback was going to be fierce. It was going to be tough. But they realize it now. They get it now. Those same 3 cups, those same 3 people sitting here looking at those spilled cups of that poison they tried to get you to drink. And you just said, no, thank you. I'm good. I'm not that thirsty. Now these people are watching you. And there's nothing they can do, because they are the ones who brought that back on them. They're watching you be able to go out, do your thing. I'm telling you, these people are watching you, and they are secretly planning. They're trying to plan how to get you, how to cross you out. Like they want to try and cancel you. Well, somebody who thought that they was going to have their foot on your neck, making you beg, please, please, please. They haven't realized yet, but they will, that what comes around goes around. And it's coming right back around to them. So anything that they thought they was going to do, it's not working. In fact, it may end for them. What they invested in may be over. They could have put in all this time, all this dedication, all this work. You know, if it was a work situation, all this overtime, all this kissing butt, all this doing all this extra shit that they thought was going to make them more valuable than you. Only to find out it made somebody higher than them question their integrity. Hey, Create. Could I say good morning, Faith? Now these people are sitting here wondering how that they not see how protected you are, how they couldn't get to you. They're wondering how they missed that. Here's this same 3 cups. So instead of those people coming together to conspire against you, they should have recognized your spiritual ranking. They should have recognized that God was giving them an opportunity to get right. Because sometimes if you don't get right, you will get left. Confirmation. So now, don't they feel stupid? Don't they feel dumb? They get injustice and judgment. They are now dancing to the beat of your drum. See, they tried to lie on you. They tried to cause you some pain. They wanted to whoop your ass. They wanted to take you down a peg or two. They wanted to really hurt you, but you already saw what they was trying to do. There was nothing sneaky, snaky, wise guy, nothing that they could do. Because you already saw it. Your ancestors had already told you to watch out for these little tricks that they thought they was going to play on you. See, somebody that had tried you previously, this is somebody that thought that they was the master blaster, that they had some type of power, that they was really getting ready to try you, boy. They already got caught up. And they were thinking about that. That's why they had to try and get some help. Well, maybe if I get some help from my crew can finish. Okay, and we back. I'm so glad that I learned how to finally reconnect, y'all. I'm so glad. And thank you so very much, J. Mike. I really appreciate you so very much. But yeah, see, somebody thought that they was going to get their crew involved to finish the job. But now their crew is worried. Because if you look in this picture, see at the edge of the bed, those 2 people fighting? This is somebody fighting their own ego. And they sitting here trying to figure out, why did I do that? Why did I try and come up against the collector? Why was I so egotistical? Why was I trying to get somebody's goat whenever my goat was the one that got? See, they didn't realize that, you know what? You a whole earth angel. You one of God's favorites. You one of God's chosen children. You part of the 144,000. And for them to think that they could come up against you, they got to be fools. Like I said, someone didn't realize This ain't your first rodeo. This ain't the first time you rode this damn horse. This ain't the first time somebody had to learn a lesson the hard way. And it's not going to be the last time. Not even the second to the last time or the 10th to the last time. Because you have a purpose. And it's not what they thought. They thought that your purpose was just to be here, take their bullshit, beg on bended knee, and feel like you have to do what you got to do to survive. No, that ain't your purpose at all. You ain't surviving at all. In fact, you teaching people how to live. Survival mode is over. Backstabbing is done. Jaw-jacking, talking out the side of their mouth, the side of their neck, or the crack of their ass, that shit is over. They're going to have to learn the hard way. Not you. Them same 3 swords that they tried to stick in your heart because they was feeling a certain way. Now, you get what you give. And see, when they let the devil down, the devil said, oh, I'm going to make sure you know that you let me down. Hold on. What's the message, Spirit? Hi, Melissa. Yeah, these people did not realize how strong you were. They didn't they thought that they was going to march in and try and take you into battle. No, you should have took yourself into battle. You should have tried that yourself. They didn't realize that what was coming back on them was their lies. Their lies. How they tried to break your heart. That's what was coming back. That's the only thing that was coming back. Now, I know I saw one flip over. Maybe I didn't. I know I did. Yeah. They thought that you was gonna be begging. No, you ain't begging for nothing. What you got to beg for? You have everything that you need. Like I said, this ain't your first rodeo. Hold on, y'all. Let me open up this window. I'm getting hot. This is not your first rodeo. This ain't the first time you had to show somebody to be the rodeo clown. This ain't the first time you had to show somebody that you know how to get down. So what they thought that they was doing, they just thought that they was doing. And now they want to be all stressed. Stressed for what? You did it to yourself. What you stressed for? See, they thought that they was going to make you lose your job, lose your stability. That's what they thought. All they did was bring justice in for themselves. And now they worried about the karma that they're going to receive. That's what they're worrying about. See, that wheel of fortune is now going back around to them. It's going to affect their income. And you know what? They're going to be seen for these deeds that they've done. What's the message? Like I said, I feel like somebody was like, damn, I wasn't able to get at him. I wasn't able to do him wrong. I wasn't able to do this or do that or get her like I thought I was going to be able to. Damn. So then they decided, you know what? I'm just going to talk to some of my homies. And my homies will go in there and finish the job. Well, those homies should have been thinking. Because them homies should have found out that, you know what? You're not one to play with. That you have Archangel Michael by your side. And if Archangel Michael ain't doing nothing, what he is doing is he is fighting for you. See, they couldn't even see that you had a spirit guide, archangels, angels sitting here fighting on your behalf. They're about to get justice. There's no way around that. Hey, Tara. They can't come around that. And everything that they thought that they was going, like they getting justice, and they thought, well, maybe everything that I've invested will help save me. They thought that, that they had some type of protection because of what they've invested. Spirit said, no. No. You don't have no protection. See, you should have thought about that another way. You should have looked at your own position in a different light. You should have paused before you pressed on the brakes. Now you are the one who gets to experience what you thought somebody else was going to be experiencing. Like I said, you saw the devil when the devil opened up his mouth. When the minute that devil started to speak, you said, oh, okay, yeah, I see who you are. But see, they didn't realize the more they did, the more they caught themselves up. They should have took note from their homie that tried to sit here and say, okay, I'm going to do this and we all going to get part of this money. No, all the homie did was get them all in spiritual jail. Now that same homie know that homie about to get their ass kicked, whooped, whipped, shook, everything. Because they didn't realize they was trying to come up against an earth angel, one of God's chosen. They didn't realize that you were a healer. You can try to attack a healer. You sure can. But it's not going to work out good for you. It's not going to work out good. You can try and do whatever you want to an earth angel, to chosen, to a healer, to an indigo child. You could do all of that. But when you finish licking the floor, picking yourself up, trying to dust yourself off from being dragged, that's when you're going to realize, I've done too much. See, they starting to realize, or they're confused. They're confused. Because see, the truth speaks. And the truth don't ever change. And it's just because this group was feeling threatened because you present yourself, and now it's not that you present yourself, it's just because you are a certain type of way. When they have to try and gang up on you, when you have to have several people gang up on one person, these people should sit down and look at themselves like, wait, what is this all for? And what are we trying to do? Because all they're doing is bringing burdens to themselves. All they're doing is creating generational curses for them and their offspring. That's it. They're not hurting you. They're not harming you because they don't even know you. They just know that you irritate their demons. Well, good news is they all have very soft behinds because they all have incredibly hard heads. What's the message? Yep. Yeah, somebody thought they had this plan. They had this plan on how they was going to try and take you down. They knew that you was kind and loving. And they thought that they, was going to be able to be victorious and trying to take your gift, trying to take what's yours, trying to steal your blessing. They thought that they was going to come up with this idea. They was going to work together to make it seem like this is the information that's being presented. This is the proof, like they was going to get some type of victory. No, All they did was get judgment called on them. That's it. They didn't realize their integrity was at stake for what they was trying to do. They was trying, and you have been through this before. Their integrity was at stake trying to get at you. And what did you do? All you did was sail away from what they was trying to do to you. That was it. That was it. You getting justice. Karma is now counting their coins. They thought that they was going to get justice for what they invested in, no matter how much time they had put in at this work, at this job. But see, someone had some proof, and they was like reading something and like, wait a minute, this don't make it seem like this person is doing this. Actually, this person was really loving. Actually, this person was really kind. What's the message, Spirit? Thank you. Yeah, somebody thought they was going to trick you out of your money, trick you out your spot. They was going to hocus pocus and play these games and do this and do that. And you was going to, because they thought that, you know, they was going to cause you some type of imbalance. They did. They had this plan to cause you some imbalance, but the truth has set everybody free. Everybody was set free, especially these three. So what kind of games they thought they was going to do to you? What kind of power they thought they was going to make this power move on you? Yeah, they made the power move, but you know what? They got themselves caught up just like this one who got herself caught up too. Now everybody's sitting there looking at this person like, we ought to whoop your ass. What the hell? What the same hell? What was you trying to do? You was trying to get us fired. You was working against us. You was working with that earth angel. And she's like, no, I swear. Mm-hmm. What's the message? What's the message? Thank you. Yes, because you had nothing but good intentions. Your heart is pure. Your intentions are true. And once again, you sit on the right-hand side of God. You wasn't doing anything trying to be malicious or ignorant. It's just that these people thought that, you know, because they was in their feelings, they thought that they could confuse you. They thought they could get one over on you. Hey, Gabrielle, how are you? I hope I said your name correctly. They thought they was going to be able to get one on you. And now that they know that you are so spiritually in tune, now that they know that you have a true gift, and you can see everything that goes on, even though you may not say it at all. Now they sitting here thinking about this bridge that they didn't burn and these cups that they have fell over. Not only that, but this person that has this soft spot for you, somebody's been watching everything that you do, making sure that they keep their eye on you. This is one this group didn't realize that everything that they was going to try was getting ready to turn back around on them, because you was already protected in the heavens and on earth, as above, so below. As above, so below. Your ancestors are here. They ain't never letting you go. They're speaking with people, other people's ancestors in the heavens. What's the message, Spirit? Thank you. And your ancestors said, ain't nobody going to even fuck with you. They like, I wish a motherfucker would. Because they're putting an end to everything. They stopping it all. They stopping it all. Everybody has to put their sword down because everybody's finding out they don't have that power. They thought they was going to have the power to move forward. They ain't got that power. Now they got to come up with another plan. You know, they gotta suck up. They gotta suck up. You know, this. They thought they was just going to be all egotistical. You know, like they was holding a secret. They ain't holding no secret. They ain't holding no secret. I'm telling you, somebody wants to come and they want to. They feeling like this person is looking down like, damn, I think I need to apologize. Now they want to come and apologize to you, hoping that, you know, this little apologize. I'm trying to, and it's not so much that they want to come and say, I'm sorry. It's like they want to come and soften the whole situation so that they possibly don't get all rocked up and rocked into and rocked out of their position. Hoping that, you know, you won't be able to see exactly what they was trying to do. To maybe you'll look at it some other type of way. Maybe you won't go and be like, yeah, I know who it was. It was these three motherfuckers. This their names: first name, last name, first name, middle name, last name. Yeah, and I think I got their telephone number and their address too. So it makes a big difference. Now somebody's realizing, you know, maybe I shouldn't have just jumped in there like that. Maybe I should have just said, you know what? Let's not. But act like we did. But let's not. What's the message, Spirit? Yeah, you know, like they say, when you wake up in the morning and you realize what the hell you did, you like, damn, why'd I do that? You've been carried away to a much better place, to calm waters. But you always knew that this was going to happen. You know, it was just a matter of time. You was waiting for this day. You was waiting for this day. You had some other things that you was working on anyway. And yeah, like I said, somebody, they feeling so overburdened. They feeling the weight of the world on their shoulders. They pressured. That same, how they tried to pressure you at work, or, you know, with this situation, they feeling that same pressure from that same organization. And they feeling like, well, maybe if I just, you know, try and smooth things out, it'll be okay. I don't know how. You done already stepped into it. You done already tried to cause you confusion. You done already tried to put your little feelings into a situation that didn't even call for no damn feelings, without realizing who the fuck you was even dealing with. Now you want to be feeling a certain way. Now you want to feel a certain way when you realize all that bullshit that you was doing has come back, and those swords that you thought that you was throwing out there, when it was a return to sender times 10, you didn't know it was going to hit you. You didn't know that those swords, all those swords that you put out there, was coming back. It was going to cause you some confusion for the lies that you told, for how you aggressively tried to spread some gossip and some lies on God's chosen. How you like me now? Somebody has to, confirmation. Somebody's thinking, damn. Because all you did, like, when you decided that you had had enough, and like I said, you still very well may be at that company, at that job physically, but as far as if that motherfucking building burned down tomorrow, you don't give a damn. If they asking for your opinion about something, You ain't saying shit. If they want you to participate in something, you ain't doing a damn thing. And if you are feeling like you need to be there, you ain't talking. You ain't doing nothing. You doing everything you got to do to protect yourself because they showed you who they are. Now it's time for you to be quiet and show you them who you are. That's the part they didn't see. You saw them. They just didn't see you. Now they're trying to see if, because they know that you a healer. They know they can't fuck with you. Now they want to see if they can come in and you help heal this whole situation. I know the fuck you didn't. I know you fucking lying to me. Not only did you not heal the situation, you said, I don't give a shit if this whole motherfucker burned to the fucking ground. And you meant it. Every word that you said, you meant it. Because you knew somebody was trying to do some underdog, rough, stupid shit. And they was going to try and be this warlock, this narcissistic warlock and hold back like, that throw a rock and hide your hand type of shit. You knew it was because somebody felt like they had been wounded in the fight and they was already on their way out and they was wounded in the fight and they just trying to do what they can do to try and keep their toe in the game. This person is already being encouraged to go somewhere else and to look at something else and do something else. Because this person that cares, that is, they are very intuitive themselves. And it's like, I feel like this person understands the nature of people. They've seen how people can get down and try and create a situation out of no situation. They know how somebody tried to come up against you and turn the whole situation to make it seem like you was just doing some shit wrong. They know that this person is friends with this old witch. And this witch is being held in high contempt in spiritual court because this ain't the first time. It ain't the second time. And they certain it ain't going to be the last time. But it's going to be the last time for you. Because from this point on, you know exactly what you need to do. And like I said, these people had no idea who they was fucking with. They didn't know that you knew how to get down. That's the only reason why you wear this crown. That's the only reason why you wear this crown. So for them to sit here and think that you gonna give a shit, no. The Queen of Swords, that's usually the one who don't give not just one shit. She don't give 2 shits, 3 shits, or 4 shits. Anything that you need to say to her, she feel like, save it. I'm good. I don't want to hear it. Like T.I. said, miss me with it. All of it. Not just some of it. Miss me with all that bullshit. Bottom of the deck. 10 of Swords again. Closure. Hi, Wellness Solutions. How are you? Yes. You cannot make this up. 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands. They done. They finished. It's closed. It's completed to this conflict. See, they thought that they was going to bring some fear to you. They thought they was big and bad, that they was going to scare you into submission. How'd that work out for you? I don't hear you. They was curious enough to think that they could throw this old black magic on you, that they could create a situation out of nothing. I'm telling you, they ganged together. They thought they was going to come together. They was going to do this. And I'm telling you, that witch She was like sending them a message. Oh, do this for me. Do this. I want you to put this empress in her place. Make it so that she can't get out of this shit. She cannot escape this shit. Only to find out that that deception was generously returned to them. This is what was given back to them. Now they want to go within. Now they want to go within. They want to disappear. They want to be ghost mode. They don't want nobody to see them. It's like, can you still see me? Because I don't want to be seen. Oh my gosh, I don't want them to look at me. We can still see you. Hi, Eric. How are you? You know? It's like they were sitting there thinking that, oh, I don't want you to see me. I don't want you to see what I've done. It's like they didn't want you to see what they've done. But now that it's been done to them, they're trying to figure out how did they not see it? How did they not see you? They wanted to create a hardship for you. They didn't want you to be able to receive that love, from God, the blessing, the favor. That's what it was. They didn't want you to receive any favor. And you know what? They made their choice. They made their choice before they moved forward with this stupid ass plan. And all they did was get themselves messed up with the big boss, with the company, because ain't no company putting up with no fucking bullshit when you sitting there trying to gang up on somebody. All 12 of y'all ganging up on this one person who looks strong and who truly look weak. It ain't the 12 motherfuckers. It's the one. If you got to get you, your friends, your cousins, your neighbors, your parents, your grandparents, your siblings, and all these other people you don't even know, all to gang up on this one person, y'all look weak as fuck. Now they sitting here wondering, why did they move forward? They should have stopped. They should have thought about this shit. Oh, damn, why did I should have thought of all this. I should have really checked out the whole entire situation. I should have asked first before I jumped on board and was like, what? You know what? Y'all want my help? Hey, I'm down. Do I need a swimsuit or a wetsuit or nothing? Just jump straight in. Say this, let me take my clothes off so I don't get my clothes wet. They jumped into that lake and they was like, what the fuck? What is this? And they was like, oh yeah, we forgot to tell you. That's poison in that lake and piranhas. And they was like, let me get out of here. Let me get out of here. They should have thought about that. They should have asked the fucking question. They didn't know that you was God's chosen. And judgment was going to be called against them. Not you, boo. Not you. You saw everything. God saw everything. God knows everything that you have already been through. And so God said, you know what? Y'all is funny. Your crew, what you call yourselves? The sharks? The calves? What you call yourselves? Raw dogs? What's the name of your group? Come on, tell me what's the name of your group. What is it? The bullies? What y'all call yourselves? Well, whatever y'all call yourselves, I want you to think about this. You're gonna have to have some courage to get back, to get what's coming to you. Because trust and believe, it's gonna be a long time before I'm through. Okay? So whatever name that y'all call yourselves, I'm glad to hear about that. What is that? The sharks versus the weasels? What y'all call yourself? Weasel 12? I don't know what the fuck it is. But listen here, y'all weasels. You gonna receive this ass kicker that I'm about to give to you. You gonna need some strength. You gonna need some strength, because if you don't have it, you better get it. You thought that you was getting ready to have some wish fulfillment, trying to come up against my baby? Oh no, you didn't know that my baby knew how to fight. You didn't know my baby knew how to protect themselves. That's what you didn't know. See, you should have thought about that shit. You should have envisioned that. You know what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, no, everybody, a show of hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's too many. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 20, 32, 34, 78, 80, 96, 112, 114 of us. Okay, and it's just one of us. Somebody should have did the math. The math wasn't fucking mathing. They didn't know how to count. They did know how to count because they counted how many stupid motherfuckers there was trying to gang up against that one of you. But see, they didn't realize no matter how many was on that side, against that one of you, everything was going to balance itself out. They thought they was going to have the scales tipped in their favor and you was going to be way up here. No, baby. When you stepped on that scale, and it was all of them on this scale, and the scale side went way down because of all the weight. And that side was up there, and they was like, no, you get up there. And you climbed up there, and you stepped on that scale, and that scale started going. And they was like, whoa, what's going on? They didn't know how much weight you carried in the spiritual world. They didn't know your ranking. They didn't know you had favor over your life. They didn't know about all those sacrifices that you had already made. They didn't know yesterday, but they finding out today. And they surely gonna remember tomorrow. That's the truth. See, they celebrated too soon. They should have exercised some caution, but they celebrated too soon. But now, since they did all that celebrating, their job told them, young, you go ahead and you rest. Just rest. Because you're going to need it. What comes around goes around. And they finding this out. What comes around goes right back around. And they finding this out. Somebody had nerve to talk about something. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there. No. Because we don't eat dog. I don't. I don't eat dog. I don't eat cat. Confirmation. I don't eat dog and I don't eat cat. But see, they thought that because they was all under so nasty and gnarly and trying to cause havoc, that you would be too. They thought that they was getting ready to celebrate your leaving. Now you're the one who gets to celebrate that you left emotionally. You still may be there physically, but you gone emotionally. They thought they was going to celebrate your leaving because they was going to have some enjoyment out of this one little tricky trick that they was going to do to you. It didn't turn out like that. It did not turn out like that. You still get your money. Your money's even going to be better now. You really going to get the victory. You know why? Because you come with truth. That's the only way you know how to roll. With truth. And so they thought that they had this big old grand scheme. Oh, we're going to do this. And we're going to do that. And then afterwards, this knucklehead, this bitch get that pink slip and we're going to meet him in the parking lot because there's a whole bunch of us and we're just going to jump him in the parking lot and we're going to do this and we're going to, and you know what? And I even ordered some new brass knuckles and I tried them on last night and I was like looking at myself in the mirror and I was like, look at how tough I look. I was trying to get the hand tattoos and shit like that all on my face to make it look like I was really tough. But I didn't have enough time to apply it this morning because I woke up a little late. But anyway, I got my brass knuckles and I'm going to really give it to him. I'm going to really give it to her. And I can't stand how she looks, so I'm going to make sure I'm going to punch her in both her eyes and them teeth. Yeah, I'm going to knock out all her front teeth, you know, doing all this other crazy shit. That shit was a fucking fantasy. That's all that was a fucking fantasy. Telling you, Karma was like, excuse me, what did you say? You said you was gonna do what? Oh, teeth. I'm gonna show you what it looks like to have no front teeth, bitch. I'm going to show you. In fact, every morning when you wake up and you go to brush your teeth, you're going to go like, oh, damn, I don't have to because I ain't got no front teeth no more. Karma said, I'm going to get you the top and the motherfucking bottoms. You're going to be known in the streets as the Hoover baby. You're going to be able to go around and Hoover everything. Suck on every wing and wing. Because you going to know. You about to find out today. This what you invested in. I'm about to give you your wish fulfillment. Big time. Like you ain't never had your wish fulfilled ever. Hey, Queen Memoirs. How are you, sweetie? Talk about snag-a-tooth. Shit, that's going to be the understatement. That's going to be the understatement. You're going to be able to do your mouth like this and see nothing but to that little thing in the back of your throat. You know, that's it. Man going to be lined up down the street, around the corner, past that block, to the other block, take a left, go all the way down. You can get on the highway, take the highway 3-4 miles down, get off on Branson Street, hook to the right, hook to the left, go up to the Kmart, and then in that parking lot, that's where the line is going to end. For you to be doing whatever it is that they going to swear up and down is your gift to do when you ain't got no top and bottom teeth. They should have just left this shit alone. Now they realize they was making themselves look like fools. They should have left that shit alone. Because you already knew what they was trying to do. You knew they was trying to get you to lose your job, to shake up your entire foundation, to fuck up your entire life. But you were not even about to have it go down like that. And your spirit guides wasn't either. They was like, oh, no, the fuck they didn't. I know they did. I know they wrong. I know they wrong. Because, see, when the truth came out, that's when the motherfuckers was set free. The wheel of fortune is turning in your favor, and you ain't even got to do nothing. You ain't got to do nothing. Like I said, it's somebody higher than them that want to work with you. That's the part that got them all fucked up and looking crazy. See? They decided this without really thinking it over. They thought too fast. See, when you think too fast, you really think too slow. Okay? They thought too fast. They was like, we know what we're going to do. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Get everybody together. Get the gang. Calling all weasels. This the weasel crew. Calling all weasels. Everybody, you started seeing weasels coming from everywhere. Weasels coming from everywhere, lining up, gathering up just to jump on you. And they thought that they was going to work hard. They thought they was going to beat your ass. They was going to do the damn thing. All because they didn't like you. But see, like I said, they didn't know that there was somebody that did like you. That was your counterpart. That did have your back. And this person, they didn't like you because of your compassionate nature. And see, this other person was so diplomatic because they had to be. They was everybody's big boss, okay? And had already seen you have to go through some shit before. So they brought this conflict on themselves and they thought they was going to bring it to you. But like I said, they started it. You felt it energetically. And with you and your spiritual team, you completed it because it's the 10 of Cups, baby. You completed that shit. You was like, calling our ancestors. They was like, Archangel Michael, they getting you. Mount up. They was like, yeah, we here. So you went out to the parking lot. Work time was over. You went out to the parking lot trying to get into your car. And they was like, oh, there go that bitch. And you looking around for the bitch. Where? I want to see the bitch too. You was like, why are you weasels gathered around me? I was looking for the bitch too. They was like, we talking about you. You was like, oh, me? Oh, okay. See, they didn't know that You wasn't going to have to do anything to balance yourself, balance out the situation. It was already being tempered by your ancestors. You know, and then they got the nerve, because all they see is weasels flying this way, that way, getting their ass kicked, this, that, and the other. You know, some of them getting their tails pulled off. I don't even know if weasels have tails, because I've never actually seen a weasel in real life. But, you know, all this other crazy shit. One of them getting their fur stripped and everything. Not just one of them, a few of them getting their fur stripped. Some of them getting just like, they just have hair here but no hair there, you know, and all this other shit. Some of them got their nose taken, that literally, I'm gonna get your nose. They really got their nose taken. They ain't even got no nose, you know, and they swear up and down that you was doing black magic. You wasn't doing no damn black magic. No, not at the damn job. Only because they was trying to get your prosperity. They was trying to have you lose your money. Do it underneath the moon. Damn. Oh, good, we back. They was trying to do it underneath the moon. Like trying to, like I said, throw a rock and hide your hand. They was the secret enemies. They wanted you to think, oh, we want you to succeed while we trying to stab you in your back. You knew they wasn't trying to do that. You had your discernment of spirit. You already knew what the fuck time it was. Hello, Roland, my dear. How are you? You knew what time it was? Hey, C-Bones, how are you? How is my chosen C-Bones? You know, then they sitting here thinking about this opportunity that they had. They used to have. Until they fuck with you. Now they have to go out and try and find another job. What's the message, Spirit? Woo. Them and flies. Weasels and flies. The more I know weasels, the more I like flies. What's the message, Spirit? What is the message? Thank you. Yes, they thought they was going to put an end. Confirmation. They thought they was going to put an end to you, only to find out that what comes around goes right back around, and they ended themselves. That was quick, fast, and in a damn hurry. It's like, okay, who else wants some? Everybody like, I don't know. They didn't know you had somebody that liked you on your side. They didn't know that this person was sitting here watching them and was ready to give them justice just for fucking with you. They sitting there trying to pull some old bullshit. See this, they was doing this and they was doing that, and she was even looking mean at us, and she did like this at us. And like the person, you know, was like, did you know she's doing like this? Like she's getting something out her damn teeth. She wasn't going, argh. You know, come on. What's the message? Hold on. Oh, okay. Now it's back. Good night. Ooh. What else, Spirit? What else? What else, Spirit? What else? Thank you. And now you're going to be blessed. You're going to be able to receive a blessing for all the bullshit you had to go through. All the bullshit somebody tried to take you through. You about to get a blessing, and this is exactly what you deserve. Exactly what you deserve. Judgment's been called in your favor because everybody can see the truth. Everybody sees exactly what you had to go through. You know, how you had to have the courage and you had to persevere through somebody trying to cause you a hardship. Now you get the blessing and they get the boot. They're going to know exactly what size shoe Spirit wear. They're going to be like, oh, Spirit's foot is not actually an 11 and it ain't no 11 and a half. It's actually like an 11 and 1/4. That's the size Spirit's shoe is, because I can tell. Because Spirit put their foot all the way up in my ass. That's how I can tell. It's pretty embarrassing. You're going to notice the surgery rates have gone up. Anal surgery rates have gone up. Anal surgeons, are going to be happy because they're going to have 144 weasels they have to have surgery to extract spirit's foot from up inside, deep inside their ass. These surgeons is like looking at magazines, yachts, expensive cars, expensive homes. Oh, I like this one. Oh, I like this 172-foot yacht. Let me see. How many weasels I got in the books for today? Okay, I got 3 today. I got 2 tomorrow. I got 4 the next day. And I said I'm going to take 5 days off because that's going to be enough right there. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to finish some more. What's the message, Spirit? What is the message? Somebody looking at rings. They like, ooh, I'm gonna get this jewelry set. This ring is only $47,000, and the matching necklace, it's only $125,000. I'm gonna get these motherfuckers because I can pay for this with just 2 surgeries, two anal extractions. That's it. Hold on, y'all. There's too many that came out. I should have known. Should have known. Because his ass is upset. His ass is upset because they couldn't get to you. They couldn't get the Empress. His ass is upset that they know they made the wrong fucking choice. And then they, on top of that, they thought that this person was going to be on their side. And they sure the fuck did not think about nothing before they did it. They messed up this fucking opportunity because they didn't realize you had been through this shit before. That's why the devil is mad, y'all. That's why. And he upset with his weasel crew. He didn't know that you were strong enough to understand and feel the vibration of this deception. Oh, they upset. Oh, well. Better them to be pissed off than for them to have been pissed on. What's the message, Spirit? Yeah, they did it to themselves. Shit, they was hoping to do it to you. Now that, like I said, when they woke up after that surgery, they was like, dang, I hate that I even tried that. I hate this. I hate it. And my butt is sore. Damn it. What's the message, Spirit? What is the message? They'll know next time. There won't be no next time. Trust me on this. There ain't not going to be no next time. Because they got the celebration, they got the moon, and they got fantasy. They not going to do no next time. Somebody going to be like, if they see anybody, they say, you join what group? The Weasels? Get out of that group fast. Get out of that group. I don't care what you got to do. But I was jumped in. Well, jump your ass the fuck on out because you about to get jumped. What's the message, Spirit? What is the message? They thought that they was going to be some gang of bullies trying to explore what it was going to be like. They was like ready. They pulling up their pants, snapping on their suspenders and shit. Trying to straighten out their clothes. They knew they was looking good. Everybody had got matching jackets with a picture of a weasel on the back, with their little weasel title on the front and some weasel patches on the side, on the sleeves. But see, because they did not think that the truth was ever going to come out. That's what it was. They didn't think that the truth was ever going to come out, especially at work, because they felt like there's too many of us against this one high priestess. Like I said, them scales was like, dude, they was like, whoa, is this like an amusement ride? What's going on? Where's she going? Tipped in your favor. Tipped in your favor. What's the message, Spirit? Anything else? It's 11:11. What's the message? They should have exercised some caution. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger, Will Robinson. Because the whole time, their job was looking at what they was doing. Confirmation. The job was looking at what they was doing. Hey, Aisha, how are you, sweetie? You know, and was judging them for their own actions. And then now it was the company. The company was like under, watching what they was doing, and then that the big boss, was like looking at their money and like, well, maybe they make too much. Because maybe they make so much they fucking bored, thinking that they was going to destroy somebody else's life. Telling you, that's whenever they made a judgment call and they said, you know what? We decided that even though y'all have been here with this company for, as we add all y'all weasels up, it ends up being everybody's tenure throughout all the whole weasel crew ends up being a total of 500 years at the company. But we decided that, we don't like the fact that everybody decided that they was going to gather together and be a bully to somebody else or try and instill fear on somebody else, a chosen one. Well, guess they know now, huh? I guess they know now. Luckily, the surgery is probably going to be a success. And they got the nerve to drop like flies. Chickens. Dropping like flies. Hey, Faith. It was a no-go. Just thinking. Faith, just thinking of shit to do. Right. Exactly. Queen Memoirs. Reaping, sowing arrived. Reaping season and sowing has arrived. Yes. They misjudged the devil. This is why now somebody trying to, ghost the whole crew. Everybody looking around like, well, wait, where's the head of the weasel group? Where's so-and-so? Where so-and-so's gone. So-and-so was gone. See, so-and-so tried it in September, but that shit didn't work out. Then that's whenever they knew that they need to stand down and they need to try to get the others involved. See, they didn't realize that every single thing that you do reflects on you. It don't reflect on anybody else. So if you gonna lie, that don't make this is a bad person. That make you a bad person. You the only one lying. And see, they really didn't realize they was playing with God. They wasn't playing with you. They was playing in God's face. And they was doing some illegal shit. Okay? They was going against the company bylaws, spiritual laws, all that shit. They was doing some illegal shit too. So I guess they just had to find out the hard way, And the hard way was realizing that God wore a size 11 and 1/4 shoe. That was the hard way. The harder way was finding out that they're going to have surgery to have that shit removed. That was the harder way, You already knew that they was karmic. When they opened up their mouth to say all this shit and it was coming out, they was watching the side of their neck go flap, 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 or they was walking away and you heard all that shit coming out the crack of their ass. You knew they was karmic. Then whenever this shit started coming down, they want to be in panic mode. Panic for what? Making these dumbass mistakes, making dumb decisions. Panic for what? And you know what? They learned the absolute truth about who you are and about who they are collectively. This is why you get to move forward and not them. You are being taken away. You are being guided away. You are being gently picked up and gently placed over here out of danger. What's the message, Spirit? They should never judge a book by its cover. They should never have judged the high priestess by the clothes that she got on. Hey, Saida, how are you? Never, ever, 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 never. Now they know. See, they felt threatened. Whenever they realized that you could read energy, that's when they felt threatened. That's when they wanted to get you out of there. They was like, oh no. We don't want this person here because you know what? We can't smile in their face and think that they believe that shit. What else, Spirit? What else? I gotta get ready to close this up because I got a doctor's appointment I need to go to. What else, Spirit? And then they tried to send you something. You left that shit on red. You was like, whatever. Because his lies was exposed. It was exposed. You didn't need to read no more. You ain't need to hear no more. You ain't need to see no more. The truth was already out. All right, y'all. Thank you so very much. I really do appreciate y'all. I'll be back in a little bit. I just have to go to this doctor's appointment and get my little physical therapy on. And then I will be back a little while later. I love you all. Thank you so very much. Thank you. If this is your first time on a live and you have not subscribed, but you like our vibe, please subscribe. We would love to have you at the Soul Tribe. All right. J Mike, thank you so very much. I appreciate you jumping on here with us too. And everyone else, but J Mike is the moderator. So everyone else too. All right. Thank you so very much. See y'all soon. Okay. Bye now.